Most agents undercharge because they're underprepared. But what if you could walk into any listing appointment and instantly be known as the market expert without memorizing stats, fumbling through comps? There's a new tool that does exactly that. It's a digital briefcase full of real estate calculators that make you look like the smartest person in the room without breaking a sweat. And this is the exact same tool I use to get real estate clients without spending a dime on ads or buying leads. And I'm not the only one. So Jeff, an agent in South Carolina, used this tool to take 2 listings at 8%. Then there's Stacy in Maryland, and this is one of my favorites. She landed her very first 8% listing using this tool on her first try. I'm Chris Jones, founder and CEO of Guerrilla Realty, and I want to give you everything you need to do this completely free. The tools, the calculators, the scripts, the exact step-by-step plan. Now, there's no course, no coaching program, no upsells. Just like this video, share it with one friend who needs help too, and comment done below, and I'll send you the private link to the full training, plus a free download of the entire playbook, copy-paste ads, and live tutorial to help you implement it today. Let's go. Here's what I'll cover in this video. Lesson 1, how to get a free Nerdsheets account in under 60 seconds. No credit card, no catch. I'll show you exactly where to go and how to unlock your full set of real estate calculators completely free. Lesson 2, my 3 favorite calculators and how to use them to win listings. These are the exact tools I use on every appointment to position myself as the pricing expert and confidently explain the market to sellers. And then lesson number 3, how to turn these tools into consistent client conversations without cold calls or ads. I'll walk you through the simple way to use these calculators as lead magnets and trust builders that bring in warm, ready to list sellers every week. Each step is practical, proven, and totally free. Let's make this the last time you wonder where your next client is coming from. All right, lesson number 1, how to get a free Nerdsheets account in under 60 seconds. So it's literally couldn't be easier. I'm going to share my screen. You're going to navigate to nerdsheets.com. And then just like with all of our free apps, there's 2 ways you can do it. So if you already have a Nerdsheets account, you're just going to click sign in. If not, you can create an account, and it's going to have you create one Guerrilla Realty account, 100% free of charge, that'll get you access to all of our entire suite of 11 free apps that we built for realtors. So once you have an account, just click sign in and use your login. And Nerdsheets, we built it, really, really simple app, doesn't do a lot, but it's basically just a briefcase of all of the calculators that we use to run our entire real estate business. And all of these are essential to what we do here for our local real estate business. All right, lesson number 2, I want to show you my 3 favorite calculators and how to apply them in your real estate business to make more money, to get consistent clients. So let me share my screen again. And you've got all your calculators here in one big briefcase, right? And I'm going to show you my 3 favorites. So my first favorite is our reverse engineer calculator. And we actually have already done a YouTube video, a full breakdown of the reverse engineer calculator. So be sure to look that up on our channel, but I'll just walk you through it really quickly here. So the reverse engineer calculator is designed to allow you to reverse engineer your income goal. So you would input what you want to make in real estate. So your target monthly income. So what you want to be making monthly from your real estate sales business. Okay. Then you're going to input your market stats. So median sale price, average commission side, and effective company split. Then you're going to input, or you're going to rate your phone skills on a scale of 1 to 10. And, 1 being you're absolutely terrible. You get, sweaty palms even thinking about calling leads. And 10, you're so good, you always convert leads. You could teach a master class on it. But you rate your phone skills. And then finally, you're going to set your desired breakdown of buyers versus sellers, right? So what percentage of your business do you want to be coming from sellers versus buyers? And it's really important. You want to plan this, right? Most realtors kind of think like, well, I'll just take whatever comes my way. And if it's listings, great. And if it's buyers, great. Okay. But you can actually plan this. I'm not going to, again, we already did a full video on this particular calculator. But when you do this, what it does is it breaks down your monthly income goal, breaks it down into its constituent ingredients. It reverse engineers it to figure out what must be true in order to make that a reality. And what must be true using our advanced statistical modeling is that you're going to need to bring in 135 qualified sales leads with all of these assumptions in place, you're going to need to bring in 135 qualified sales leads. And what's cool about this calculator is that most times realtors are blown away by the leads needed. And most realtors are generating like under 5 leads a month. And they actually need somewhere between 60 and 100 leads a month in order to hit their income goals. So that's favorite calculator number 1. Favorite calculator number 2 is our marketing evaluator, right? So that's over here. And you can click and open it up. I've already got it open for you. And remember, all of these calculators, to use them, you've got to go to File, Make a Copy. Just follow these instructions and you'll be all set. But our marketing evaluator can quickly break down whether any marketing idea that you're doing currently, whether you should keep it or whether you should ditch it, right? And so let me give you a couple of examples. Actually, I'm just going to give one example because I don't want to take too long on this, okay? Let's just say one of the most recent coaching calls that I did, the agent I was working with was doing postcards. They were all in on the idea of doing like handwritten postcards. And they were absolutely certain that it was an incredible marketing idea and they could never, ever get rid of it, right? Their whole business was dependent on it. And so we broke down a couple of things. Okay. So first of all, we want to calculate what their time is worth, right? So this particular agent, their income goal was 150K. All right. They were working about 50 hours a week. Although they did want to take about 2 weeks vacation. Okay. And so their hourly worth is about $60. And this is really important because there are some free ideas that agents do that take up so much of their time that they're not able to apply it to other parts of their business. And you've got to put a value on your time as well. So some free ideas, they feel like they're worth it because they're not costing you any cash out of pocket, but they're actually sucking up so much time that you're not able to generate clients using that time. So anyway, once you've done that, then you're going to evaluate the individual ideas. So this particular idea with stamps, I think they were doing like a $2,500 person or address marketing campaign. And, stamps are like, 60 cents. I want to say that they spent about $1,100 on the postcards. Okay. They had to handwrite a certain thing on it. It ended up taking like 7.5 hours worth of work. And the leads generated at the end of the idea was they did get 2 phone calls. Okay. And they were in a market where the average list price was $450K. But the typical commission side was only 2.75%. Okay. So here's what this calculator does. It sets your budget per lead, and then it calculates what your cost per lead was. Okay. So this is a terrible idea. Your budget per lead was about $51. Your cost per lead was $775. Okay. And this is way out of whack. And the marketing evaluator, this calculator, will instantly show you that. But this agent had been so convinced that this was a good idea that they were going to continue doubling down on it over and over and over again. And they were going to get, 1-2 years down the road and realize that their business was nowhere near where they wanted it to be. And the reason why is they were spinning their wheels on a marketing idea that wasn't really generating enough clients for how much time and money they were putting into it. Okay. So let me just show you one more idea, maybe one that does work. Okay. So how about our Facebook Marketplace playbook? You can actually find a video on our channel that breaks down exactly how to do that. And I'm just going to break down that. So the Facebook Marketplace playbook, okay, it's either free, you can get started for free, but then typically I recommend once you find a green light ad that you put a little bit of marketing dollars behind a marketplace ad. And so the last time that I did this, okay, we spent $150, all right? That was for boosting it. You can do this. You absolutely 100% can do this idea 100% free of charge, okay? But I'm just giving you the real cost breakdown. I want to show you how it works. So I did spend $150. Okay. The good news is because I was automating it by putting some marketing boost behind the ad, I was spending less than 30 minutes per week. And so that means that I spent about 2 hours for the entire month. Okay. And the good news is the number of leads that I generated from that campaign was 86. Okay. So unfortunately, in our market, median sale price is around $275K. Good news is average commission size is about 3%. Okay. So our budget per lead is $34.38. my actual cost per lead for this whole campaign was only $3.14. Okay. And what's really, really cool about this is that this would have still been a great idea, even if I had only generated half of the leads. So what if I had taken that down to 43 leads? Okay. I still only spent $6 per lead. Okay. In fact, if I had generated as few as 20 leads, it still would have been a good idea because I would have come in under budget. And so this marketing evaluator tool is absolutely crazy cool. You should be using it to break down and evaluate every marketing idea that you're using in your business. And that's calculator number 2. And that brings us to our final calculator of my 3 favorite calculators. Number 3 is the absorption rate calculator. And I've already got it open here. This is for calculating accurate average days on market. Well, Chris, that doesn't make any sense. Everybody already knows average days on market. You can just look it up in your MLS. Well, newsflash, the days on market number published in the MLS is wrong. It only calculates days on market for properties that actually sell. It doesn't factor in properties that never sell or properties that get unlisted and then relisted to reset the clock. And so most MLSs across the country, the days on market that they publish is absolutely way off. And so it sets unrealistic expectations for your clients when you go into a listing appointment where it says average days on market is 30 days when in fact it's 60 or 90 days. And so let me show you how to use the absorption rate to calculate accurate up to the minute average days on market. And it takes me like less than 2 minutes. So just walk you through it. So you just start by filling out, obviously you're going to fill in fields with the dotted border. So I want to calculate 3 months absorption. I like my days on market to be very up to date. And the shorter time period that you search, the more reactive it's going to be to different new market conditions. So I usually do 3 and not more than 3. I think 3 is a good number. And so all you're going to do now is you're going to figure out how many homes sold in the last 3 months and then how many active listings are on the market right now. And so I'm just going to click over to our MLS and I'm going to go to solds in the last 90 days. I'm just going to limit the search to only my city and we're going to do single family residential. And we've got 786 properties sold in the last 90 days, right? Not a lot's changed since the last time I updated this. And then we're just going to go to same search, but how many listings are actively on the market right now? And it's 748. All right. And so what this does is it figures out how fast the current market is absorbing active listings, right? And so what it's doing is the monthly absorption rate is 35%, which means that currently we have 2.9 months of inventory on the market, or almost exactly 3 months of inventory. You can actually see these numbers are really similar. The closer these numbers are together, the more likely it is that it takes about this time period in order to absorb the number of listings actively on the market. And so the true days on market is 86. Now, let's compare this to the stats published by our MLS. So it's been so long since I checked. I really don't even know how to do this. Okay, here you go. Average days on market. We're going to generate a report here. Okay, so using the absorption rate, and this is the same methodology used by many, many other industries to figure out, for example, how long a jar of pickles sits on the shelf at Walmart. They use the absorption rate, right? It's just the number of active listings or active inventory divided into the total number of sales over a given period of time. And then you can calculate how long it's sitting there. Okay. So let's look at the data itself. So as of April 2025, average days on market is 30 days. Way wrong. Okay. 37, 45. Okay. These are all way off. And so that's just that's how wrong your MLS can be, because it's only calculating days on market for properties that actually sold. The other thing is, remember, those numbers are way old, because it's only calculating days on market for properties that actually closed and they were in escrow for 30 days. And so this is really old data. Whereas when inventory starts piling up, active listings start piling up, my true days on market is going to be very, very reactive to changes in the market. And so this is one of those things that gives me a lot of internal confidence that I know what I'm talking about when I walk into a listing presentation, or even when I'm working with a buyer and I can tell them, hey, look, You've probably heard from other agents that, it's a great market. They're going to get it sold in a couple of weeks. And I'm just here to tell you that that's probably not true. Right. So average days on market right now in Fayetteville, North Carolina is 86. That means that half of houses are going to sell faster. Half of houses are going to sell slower. But that's what I would expect. And we're going to do everything that we can to get it sold as fast as possible. But that's the market reality, right? You're going to look like a rock star because you actually know what you're talking about. So those are my 3 favorite calculators. Of course, I recommend that you use all of the calculators inside of Nerdsheets to become a true market expert, especially X4Cast, which will get an honorable mention. Let me move my face out of the way. X4Cast deserves an honorable mention right here because that's one that's going to really make you a true market authority. So enjoy. All right. Lesson number 3, how to turn these tools into consistent client conversations without cold calls or ads. So what I'm going to do in this lesson is really just point you to several other in-depth trainings that we've done, right? So I'm going to share my screen again and walk you through some of these calculators now that you've seen my 3 favorites. The Bulletproof CMA, we do a complete training. It's on our YouTube channel. We also do an in-depth training on that. And the Bulletproof CMA is the easiest way to turn a raw buyer lead into a listing appointment. And I break down the whole process for exactly how to do that. But you need the Bulletproof CMA, right? Then there is the Google Profile Optimizer. This is another spreadsheet and tool that we use to get actual clients out of your Google My Business listing. And so you're going to need that one too. And there will be a video, either a link in the description, or you can check our channel for that complete video. And then finally, the X4Cast, which I just mentioned a moment ago. The X4Cast calculator, we do an in-depth training on this, which I want to point you to right now, where we break down how to go live on Facebook to attract real listing clients. And you can do that, but you're going to want the full in-depth training. So remember, if you want all of these resources that I've just pointed you to, you can get them all in one convenient place. All you have to do is like this video, share it with a friend who needs it, and then comment below that you did that. And when you do, we'll send you the private link to the full in-depth training. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching. I'm genuinely glad you made it to the end. If this opened your eyes to what's possible with just a few simple tools, you're going to love what's waiting in the full training. I'll walk you through everything step by step, and you'll get a download of the full swipe file with all the calculators, tools, scripts, and resources you need to start using this playbook today. To get it, just like this video, share it with one friend who needs help too, and drop a comment below that says done, and I'll personally send you a private link to the full training, 100% free, no strings attached. No course, no upsells, just the real stuff that's working for real agents. And if you want more content like this, more ways to get consistent real estate clients without buying leads or burning out, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Look, we've doubled our real estate business 3 times since 2019. If you want the full breakdown, exact scripts, step-by-step processes, and our brand new tool, drop a comment below.
No gimmicks, no paywalls. We're sending it completely free because we know it works.
Just type send it in the comments and we'll get it to you ASAP.
And if this was helpful, stick with us. We're dropping more strategies twice a week. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next.